The Sixth Amendment requires that defendants are judged by a jury of their peers. What the ban does is it reduces a significant amount of Black jurors, meaning that Black defendants are not being allowed to have a jury of their peers.
We have a long and consistent history of racialized policing and prosecution in Manhattan. It goes back decades and decades, and all of those things end up accruing over time because when it comes to the ban on jury service, you're looking at a lifetime exclusion.
You know, the jury ban was enacted not coincidentally as part of the Rockefeller drug laws, and we know what the effect of those laws had on Black and brown communities for decades. And so it's sort of part of this decades-long fixation that New York has had on disenfranchising people of color and making sure that they can't exercise their civil rights.
My name is Daudi Justin. I'm a formerly incarcerated New Yorker. I was incarcerated for 2 years in a New York State prison for a felony drug conviction about 13 years ago. While I was in prison, I decided that I wanted to defend people who could not afford an attorney. After I completed law school, I was hired by Neighborhood Defender Service of Harlem, a public defender organization. And one thing that has shocked me and bothered me throughout my experience at the NDS is the fact that I represent individuals every day in court. And I could, if we needed to, go to trial where there would be a jury and I would have to convince that jury. But the one thing I cannot do is serve on that jury. I first realized that I was excluded from jury duty when I was a student at Columbia University. While I was there, I received a summons from the court requesting that I serve on jury. But I was dismayed and furious when I opened the letter, the summons, and I saw individuals with felony convictions could not participate.
When juries are less diverse, we believe it creates a vicious circle where Black defendants are judged more harshly by juries, and juries come to worse decisions, leading to more Black people being excluded from the jury system due to a felony conviction.
In 2021, New York State restored the right to vote to people with felony convictions automatically upon their release from incarceration. The same needs to be true for jury service, which has the same democratic imperative.
Every individual has a right to be judged by members of their community. This includes individuals with felony convictions.
There are tens of thousands of people in Manhattan alone who have felony convictions, and they're even from decades old and they can't serve on a jury. These are people who are bus drivers, they're nurses, they're on the subway next to you. They're regular New Yorkers just like the rest of us, and they make up what would be a jury of our peers.